Over the past few years, we've seen failure after failure for Disney Star Wars, and with 2024 approaching, it doesn't look like it's going to be any better. Lucasfilm already making the announcement that Skeleton Crew and The Acolyte are going to be the two projects they release on Disney+. Not sure anyone has much hope for that, especially The Acolyte. That sounds like it's going to be a woke dumpster fire. But when you look back at this year and some of the failures they had, Mandalorian Season 3, a massive drop-off, not just in ratings, because people did not tune in to watch this. It suffered a massive ratings crash on the premiere and all the way through this entire season, but also just the way it was received. It completely divided a fan base. A fan base was split, and once again, people gave up on Star Wars. And of course, Ahsoka came out after that. It was an even bigger ratings nightmare than The Mandalorian. But now we're starting to hear what might be next for this story, what might be next in this universe. And obviously, so many people talked about Mandalorian Season 4, another thing of Ahsoka, building up to Dave Filoni's movie. It looks like Lucasfilm is already looking to change course from that plan, because the newest rumor is that Mandalorian Season 4 might just be turned into a movie itself. Mandalorian Season 4 reportedly is being turned into a movie. Now, this is coming from Jeff Snyder. This is something we heard like 5 months ago. There was a story about this that kind of came out that started making the rounds, but it didn't look like it had really any legs. And honestly, I'm not even so sure about this report, because we know that the script was written a while ago for Mando Season 4. Jon Favreau worked on those, and we've even seen people like stuntmen involved with Mandalorian talk about how they're ramping up production to get ready for Mandalorian Season 4. He just said that a couple weeks ago, and now all of a sudden they might turn it into a movie. We'll see. Lucasfilm is certainly no stranger to changing things at the last second, to massive shakeups behind the scene, but this is the rumor that's out there now. Mandalorian Season 4 reportedly being turned into a movie and would be the next Star Wars film to be released. Jeff Snyder of The Hot Mic has taken to his podcast to share an update on the Star Wars movie, which might come as a shock, but not to all who have been following the site in recent months. I don't care about your Patreon page, but thank you. Before delving into what he's heard, Snyder shared on the latest episode, The Hot Mic, that things in the film industry have changed, including plans due to the WGA strike and SAG-AFTRA strike, and this in particular impacted Star Wars. We know how it affected the Daisy Ridley movie. Obviously, it was being written when the writer's strike happened. That significantly delayed that as well. However, Snyder's now hearing that the Ridley-led New Jedi Order movie is seemingly no longer the next Star Wars film to release in theaters. Quote, I think we've all been operating on the impression that the Daisy Ridley movie was going to be the next Star Wars movie. I know I certainly was. They announced it like 3 movies, and it's like, okay, the Daisy Ridley one's the furthest along. It has a director, all that. Anyway, it doesn't sound like it might be the next one. Snyder is now hearing from a Disney source that this is no longer the case, and went on to share the next Star Wars film to be released will actually be the 4th season of The Mandalorian, which is now taking shape as a movie instead of a season of television, according to his sources. A couple months ago, I shot this one down, that there were rumors that Season 4 of The Mandalorian could be turned into a movie. I think at that time, I didn't think that was necessarily the case. However, that's not what I'm starting to hear. The odds are in the project's favor, whatever Season 4 of The Mandalorian turns out to be, whoever is in it, what it turns out, whatever shape it takes, it's looking like that could be the next Star Wars movie, and it might be the thing that's announced before the end of the year. Now, this is definitely, you got to put this in the rumor mill, right? A lot of people reporting as if it's fact. This is definitely a fucking massive rumor. That's what this is. At the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if they ended up doing something like this for a couple reasons. One, I think it's like a bad idea to take your Season 4 of television that's been written, that's already in like production and all this shit, and be like panic mode. Hey, let's turn this thing into a movie real quick, and make people flail around to try to figure that out, how to make this into a movie. That would be exactly something that Lucasfilm would do in a panic. But at the same time, I also think Mandalorian, the flagship show for Disney Plus, and we've now seen that it really can't get people to tune in. Mandalorian Season 3 did not pull good numbers. Mandalorian Season 3 was a massive ratings drop-off, and the audience didn't like it. So I don't know what Mandalorian Season 4 is going to do, but it's probably not going to make it to the levels of Season 3 if I were a betting man. So maybe they think, hey, let's just get what we can out of it. Obviously, we're not getting subscribers to Disney Plus because of this garbage, so maybe we just release it in theaters, try to get as much as we can out of it. Maybe it does okay. Maybe it's not a total disaster, total flop. We control the budget. We put out something that might have a chance of breaking even. But overall, definitely something you should put in the rumor category. And if this does happen, what does that mean? Is this now turned into Dave Filoni's movie? I think you need a little more setup before you do that grand Dave Filoni culminating the Mandoverse, all this bullshit. So I'd be a little surprised if they just jump the gun in such a desperate effort to get a Star Wars movie back in theaters that they say, hey, Mando Season 4, whatever it is, even if there's not big stakes, even if it's nothing like that, let's make that the next movie. but this is Lucasfilm. You really can't tell what these people are going to do, because usually if you think something's a smart idea, they're probably going to do the opposite. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.